The show, folks. So our next comedian, she is a vibe specialist. She's an actress, a poet, a mindfulness meditation teacher, and she has a workshop called Brother Breathe. It's an empowerment workshop for black boys and men seeking peace. I hear it's great. I'm not a man, but it's great. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome for Ashley Wilkerson.
Wonderful. I am not a comedian, but he just made me feel so special. I was like, once I tried stand-up and I was so horrible. It was awful. Like, it was to the point where I was like, give me the tomatoes, I will hit myself in the face with the tomatoes. But I do other things well, and one of the things that I do well is teach people how to live their best life through mindfulness meditation. Let's take a deep breath in and release. So oftentimes, as artists and lovers of art, we come to events to shake that load off. Raise your hand if you need. Well, I can't see you anyway. Make some noise. Keep clapping if your gas tank was on E, but you still showed up. No shame, no judgment. But what this wonderful event, this wonderful comedy show, this wellness experience means to me is a whole lot. I know that didn't make any sense, but it does. And so what I want to give y'all some quick tools that y'all can take with you after the show is over. Because I did a workshop with Maagic and a few other comedians, which is so great to work with artists and encourage them to live truthfully, off stage. Because when you're on stage, whether you're a singer, an actor, a comedian, sometimes this is your high. And this is all you have as a high. And so I'm invested in people being well off stage and on stage. Can I hear amen? Amen. And you should be too. And so just a quick little tip. If you start feeling any anxiety, and it's so funny because I did a workshop yesterday and I started asking the guy to breathe, and later afterwards, after the meditation, I said, so what was going through your mind? And he was like, at first I thought, this is some bullshit. Keep that to yourself. And I'm looking at him like, did you say that from your diaphragm? Bullshit. Breath. Bullshit extended. So, so just some quick little tips if you are out in public and you walk into a space and you don't know what the energy is like, find the exit. Don't run, but look around. Like even now, even though you can't see, look where you might imagine an exit would be. And that's just a quick little tip that will anchor you so you won't feel like if something happens, I won't know how to get. I like your face. She's like, wow. She's like, wow. Another quick tip is if you hear something that is especially triggering, obviously this is a comedy show, so we probably won't hear too much that's triggering, but take it home with you. You might get a trigger on the ride back, but hold your thumb up. And so you can just hold it, because think about what babies do when they start feeling nervous or frightened. We suck our thumbs. And even though we're these shining adults now, we were once little bitty babies, right? And so this is a really good exercise that can help anchor you, and you can move your toes. So no one can no one won't be able to see how afraid you are. Even if you feel like anxious, just hold your thumb and then make your toes run. Let me see. Sorta. I'm feeling it. See some people moving their ankles. Try to isolate those toes. And above all, breathe. We carry so much tension in our hearts, in our heads, in our faces, so much worry. And so you have the power. You don't have to be in a yoga studio. You don't have to be in a workshop. You can do this. You have access to your breath. And at any moment, you can always return to it. And so let's take a moment and first of all, let's do a courtesy check. Put your hand over your mouth and make sure that your breath is okay. gifts. But, because I know that sometimes when I tell people to breathe, they're like, I'm like, let it out. And then they're like, I'm a little self-conscious, so just get that out the way. And if it doesn't smell so good, just put a mint in, do whatever you can. But let's take a deep breath in and say, Sounds so musical. Sounds like a musical. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And so even when you hear sounds like this, use it. So if you are ever trying to steady yourself and meditate and keep your peace and not lose it, and you hear an airplane flying over your head and you're like, see, I'm trying to keep my peace and this damn airplane is... Use it. Invite the sound in. Welcome it. Don't try to fight it. Don't try to resist. Okay, airplane, I hear you. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Now I want you to place your right hand on your heart. And if you feel safe enough, close your eyes. I know it's a comedy show. You never know what these comedians are going to do. But just take a moment and appreciate yourself for showing up, not just here, but in life. And if you feel your heart going pitter-pat, 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 just gently tell your heart, it's okay. You're safe. It's all good. And then place your left hand over your heart. Some of y'all didn't know which way to go, but it's okay. Keep saying it's all good. And let's just enjoy the silence for a moment. In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. All we have is the present moment. Here, you don't have to worry. You don't have to fret over what needs to be done. Just be here now, in through your nose. Hold it. Out through your mouth. Now, I don't want y'all to fall asleep because the comedians might jump on me afterwards. Like, look at all of these people. Now, look, Ashley, we gave you 5 minutes. Do not kill the vibe. So, let's get our energy back up. Squeeze your body tight, 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 and then release. And squeeze it again like you're a little kid eating a lemon. Tight, 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 then release. And I want you to do a deep inhale, and on the next exhale, I want you to make all types of noise.